Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Eagle Eye Podcast. It is episode 40, and today is the big one. The Super Clasico is upon us, and we have the best preview coming up for all of you. And well, let's get right into it. Let me introduce, as always, my co host, Mr. Dylan Jimenez and Christian. Gentlemen, how are we doing today?
I was good. I just wish I didn't watch my video with my hard drive crashing on me.
I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you, my man.
I'm doing good. A little bit upset from last night, but we're not gonna get into that right now.
We won't get into those. We'll talk strictly classical, and we'll get right into that. But joining us today from the podcast that rates goats higher than any other species in the animal kingdom, I gave to you, Luis and Rigo from the Chivas del Norte podcast. Gentlemen, how are you?
What's up, guys?
What's going on, guys?
I'm a little upset you didn't Dylan as Cowboy Dan.
Oh, I know.
That's
I forgot that I gave him that nickname.
But yeah, we tuned in, and I'm like, yo, he didn't introduce him properly this time.
Yeah, honestly.
That's right. You know what? I'm gonna write that down for next time. Cowboy Dan.
Mm-hmm.
Is Dylan's name from now on. So Dylan, congratulations, you've been baptized.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, gentlemen, we got a packed show today. We're going to be talking everything the Clásico Nacional. We're going to be talking from the Chivas perspective. We're going to be talking from the America perspective. I'm going to give people the best preview possible, hyping them up, getting them ready for Sunday's game. And then we'll talk about I guess we'll talk everything in regards to both teams. So let's jump straight into it. Now, before we get any further into the Super Clasico, we got to talk about the games that were last week in the Liga MX. We went up against Puebla. We walked away with 3 points away from there. And then you guys went up against Querétaro, in which you guys drew at home. Now, we'll briefly talk about that Puebla game. We'll give some quick little notes that maybe the people need to know about. And then we'll leave it off to you guys to talk a little bit about the Querétaro game as well. So, gentlemen, let's talk briefly against Puebla. Our team walked out with 3 points. Just your a quick thought in regards to that game.
Really, just the lack of inconsistency. I think a little bit too from the team. Had a lot of chances, just never finished those chances too as well.
Okay, Christian.
To be honest, I think our start this game was something that we all wanted. We always wanted America to take control from the start, and that's what we did. And I think that control led us to the penalty that gave us the lead. Overall, it could have been a lot better. I'm content with the 3 points.
Content, I think, is the right word to use, because we walk out of the Estadio Cuauhtémoc with 3 points, but yet we see Edson Alvarez take a red card, which means he won't be playing in the next upcoming game.
Yeah, that's a big blow for us.
It is. It definitely is. But I think, just quickly to recap that, I think content with the 3 points. Ultimately, could have been better, should have been better, and I guess we'll have to wait to see what that does for us in the league in regards to morale.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Alrighty, we'll shift over now to the Chivas del Norte podcast. People, you guys, gentlemen, you guys have the floor to talk about the Querétaro game at home.
I want to talk about that goal that Pumas just scored on Chivas right now in Copa MX. On the counterattack. No, I mean the game against Querétaro was honestly disappointing because we should have won that game. The penalty that was called on Pulido wasn't a penalty, but I feel like it was the ref making up for the Gaelson Noval goal that he disallowed for an offsides. But then it was just, I mean, it was the 92nd minute and we committed a penalty kick. It's just poor decision making, and we could have walked away with 3 points. We walked away with 1, and it's disappointing. Luis?
Yeah, disappointing for, if anything, just because I believe Querétaro was right in front of us in the standings. So it was a big game for us because we needed that win to jump ahead of them and get into that top 8 spot. But yeah, it's a disappointing game. We played better. We should have won, but we didn't. And that's soccer.
All right, that's soccer. Yes, it is indeed. And
Football.
then, of course, okay, football, soccer. Let's just compromise here. But it is. And then, talking about Copa MX stuff, obviously we get knocked out against FC Juarez, so that obviously is going to do something morale-wise to the team coming up on Sunday. So looks like both teams. I don't know what how Chivas is going to do. We still don't know how their Copa MX match is going to turn out, but I think for the most part, I think they come level in regards to morale.
Yeah, I would agree.
I mean, Copa. I mean, for Chivas has been playing well in Copa MX. Obviously, the game is literally 3 minutes in, so it's not over yet. But I feel like for America, it's them losing Copa MX wasn't a big deal as far as what's going on in the team. Like, I feel like Miguel Herrera has been downplayed the loss, and so I don't think it'll really affect the team heading into the Clasico.
Well, we'll have to wait and see.
I mean, obviously a Clasico is a Clasico and it's played differently, but I just feel like he's already been downplaying the loss. So I heard some comments where he was blaming some of the inexperienced players and youth players. So obviously he's I don't know if he's doing it for the team to get them not let the loss get them psyched, but it seems like that's what he's going for, to try and downplay that game.
It's a meaningless tournament. Also, I mean, it's good for the young players. In a way, it's bad for America that they lost, but at the end of the day, it's meaningless. It doesn't mean nothing, and you guys are lucky that you guys have a Clasico, so you guys can put that completely behind you. You catch jokes for a couple hours, and that's it. You gotta forget about it.
Oh, that's what we're hoping for.
Yeah.
Until Sunday, and then you catch more jokes, hopefully.
We'll have to wait and see about that.
Yeah.
We'll give our predictions.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, it's true. Let's. I think at the end of the day, both teams will kind of put Copa MX aside and kind of let that be, regardless of whatever the result was for either team. Obviously, we know the America win, still pending on the Chivas win. So, with that said, I think we wrap up everything that happened in the previous week. Now, let's jump and look forward, and let's break down the Clasico. But before we get any further into that, Christian, you have a trivia question for everyone that is tuning into the live stream right now. So I leave you the floor.
All right, thank you. So yeah, guys, this is the weekly trivia question that we do at the podcast. This week's question is obviously in relation to El Clasico on Sunday. Ivan will put the link in the chat for you guys to record your answer. This week's question is: in what season did America defeat Chivas in the only final played between the two teams? Sorry for my new friends here, but that is the question for this week.
Terrible question.
That's a trash question. Let me tell you.
Who came up with this? Who came up with this question?
That is for us to know.
I think it's a good question because I think it brings back a lot of history. If you look into that match and
you guys weren't even born. I'm the only person that was born when that.
Yeah, but you hear about it. Obviously, my family
see videos about it.
There's no 30 for 30. There's no 30 for 30 on it.
No, but and if you really go back into that, what happened the year prior to that with Chivas knocking out America in the semifinal and how that ended.
In the riot of '83.
Yeah, so it's I think that final culminates to a lot of history and really demonstrates what an American Chivas is, and so it's a pretty good question, Christian. So let's hopefully everyone can get it off the top of their head. If not, Google's right there.
Yeah, I hope you guys don't use Google because, like someone said in the chat, this is an easy one.
It is an easy one.
All right, but don't be giving it away because then people are just
No,
Yeah.
I already showed my age, so.
Oh my goodness! All right, well, good question, good trivia, and then we'll let the people give their answer right there. All right, gentlemen, let's get to the big topic of tonight. Let's get into the Super Clasico. Obviously, the biggest game of the season for both teams and fan bases alike. What do you guys have to say about this? Are you guys excited, nervous? What's going on? I'll go.
I mean,
go. Yeah, go, Rigo.
I mean, it's a Clasico. Like I've experienced so many. I've experienced them live. And no matter where the teams are in the table, like it's always like nerve-wracking going in because you want to win this game. Like Chivas could not do anything in the league, but if we win the Clásico, then I'm happy. I mean, I'm not happy, but you know, I'll make it up for not doing shit. You know,
happy for a week.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I mean that season I get to talk shit to Americanistas and be like for a lot of Chivas fans, the Clásico Tapatio is like a bigger rival for them. But for me, growing up, the rivalry with America was always the bigger one.
Mm-hmm.
So it like a lot of my friends are Americanistas, and just the ability to be able to talk shit to them, you know, if we win is what I'm looking forward to.
So the bragging rights, basically.
Yeah, it's what it is.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Being the better club for that particular season, even if it means that one team finishes higher in the season, you always have we beat you guys.
Mm-hmm, definitely. I have a close friend of mine that's a diehard Chivas fan, and it's always interesting when both teams play. You know, the bets are out, and then all the shit talking begins for a whole week, and I kind of see where you're coming from.
And I think that's pretty much everyone. And obviously the Clásico is lived not only here in the United States but in Mexico, and then I think the rivalry just extends itself, everywhere. I think if you look at the culture that is this kind of Super Clasico, and as much as there may be other Clásicos, I don't think anything else comes to be as big or as important as this. Well, at least from my perspective, growing up too, it was America versus Chivas. That was everything. And in recent years, the Clásico Regio has kind of gotten hyped up because of the money that both the Monterrey teams have been spending. But I think when it comes down to it, if you want to tell us, if one person is gonna watch one Liga MX match throughout the whole year, and that is it, one foreign person, I think you have to tell them America versus Chivas.
Definitely.
100%. 100%. It's just played. That game is just played different. Like Rigo stated, everyone states. We all know the game's played different. You can feel it on the field with the players, the way they play, the way they fight for every ball. I mean, they almost get into fights themselves. So it's just worth it.
It's almost a fight per game.
It's a different intensity. If you're keeping track of the chat, Chivas just tied with Pumas, gol de Alan Pulido, so it's 1-1 in the 11th minute. if this continues, this game is going to end at 9-9 easily.
Well, that'd be a very exciting game to watch.
Yeah. So if you're not watching the chat, you're should be watching the game.
Yep, that's true.
I know my man Dan Man is joining us. Shout out to Dan. He's a faithful follower of the Chivas del Norte podcast.
Of all podcasts, really.
Of all podcasts, yeah.
Yeah, he follows it all. He follows all Mexican soccer. So shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out.
He's a really good guy. Really good guy. He's gonna be he's gonna be appearing on our timeline pretty soon. We asked him to a quick little video on regards to what the Clásico means to him, and being a new Chivas fan, and so.
Word?
Yeah. Shout
That's
out.
Dope.
He's done amazing things. We've been trying to get kind of a perspective from both sides, not just Americanistas, not just Chivas fans, but also kind of people that dedicate themselves to covering the league, just to kind of hype it up. And things have been going well so far. And obviously, this is the biggest one. The preview that we have going on right now. Alrighty.
That's dope.
So let's just give people a little bit of background of what's going to be going down on Sunday, because the match is Sunday. Does anyone know why they moved it to Sunday? Is it because of the Copa MX stuff?
No. I just think
probably an important game.
Exactly.
Flexes games. They flex games for importance. So the game for this past weekend was the Clásico Regio.
Mm-hmm.
They flexed it till Sunday night. But I mean that also had to do because Tigres played that stupid cup. It doesn't matter. Yeah. But they have been known to flex games.
It's been this time for a couple of years now, no?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they've been doing the Sunday thing for a while now.
Yeah, they have been, and I guess it's prime time television for Mexico. I mean, you're thinking about it at 6:00 over there. it's Sunday. Everyone's probably at home, or if not, they're able to go to the stadium, and I guess it's just ratings.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Yeah, I mean,
well, it is.
it's because of the ratings, obviously, and just it'll be the only game at that time, and it doesn't even need to be like they could be played while they're playing other games, but they're doing it because it's the most important game of the jornada.
Mhm. All eyes.
Yeah.
Putting it up against the NFL too. So
I think Univision will do pretty good numbers here.
yeah, I mean the Clásico Regio I think had one of the highest rated games like in years.
Mhm. And that's two small teams, so
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I think more people watch because they want to see how many people died in the stands. That's really
Oh,
why.
dude,
No.
that's tragic. Yeah,
condolences to everyone, man.
Yeah, honestly,
And let's hope nothing like that happens this week.
no.
You know what though?
Nah,
It's like,
I mean, Americanistas are in the city are a little bit different, but I mean, I've been to two clásicos in Guadalajara, and you don't see any violence, you don't see any issues.
Right.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Wow! Watching the game.
that's
Live
a-
up.
Nothing like Andres Cantor.
It wasn't a goal. But he looked out from outside the box, and it was like a roller, and it went right through the goalie's hands, and it was like slowly dribbling into the goal. And right when it got to the line, the goalie saved it.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, I mean, it's true though. A lot of people are gonna be tuning in, and obviously, it's everyone's main event of this weekend. So obviously, it's gonna be at 4 p.m. Pacific time, which means 7 p.m. Pacific. I mean Eastern, and then of course 6.
Oh, that's a goal.
Central
Oh,
time.
that's a goal.
It looks like
You showed the replay. That ball was in. I'm sorry. That ball was in. Guys, you guys are getting live updates.
So for all our Chivas people,
We need VAR.
VAR will be this Sunday available.
VAR.
Will it?
Yeah, at
Yes,
the Clásico.
but it won't be used though, right? It'll just be on trial or something like that.
What do you mean it won't be used?
Well, I read some report that it won't the referees won't actually go to the VAR
Oh, really?
and make decisions. Yeah, it's some article I read.
What's the point then? I mean, we know
I have no clue.
We know replays exist anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It didn't make sense to me. I don't know if that's completely true, so don't quote me on it. But that's the report that I read.
I thought it was on trial just like this one game specifically to test it out. I don't know. I guess we'll have to find out.
Well, supposedly it's going to be made available in the coming weeks. No, like the end of October, supposedly.
I don't know why they don't just do it already.
Honestly,
I mean, we had a successful run at the World Cup, so just do it.
Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see. I mean, the Premier League doesn't even have it.
Yeah, they're getting it next season, I think.
Premier League is trash. Sorry, that's another one of my hot takes. Hey, yep. But continue.
Alrighty, well, we'll move forward here while Rigo keeps updating us on the Chivas game. So basically, it's going to be at the Estadio Azteca. It's going to be in the afternoon. Most likely, you're going to see a lot of rain. It's been raining heavily down there in Mexico City, so it might be a slippery one. Which questions are going to be asked as to how the pitch is going to take that. So, Dylan, you've been one to criticize what the Azteca has been looking like lately. What do you think in regards to this upcoming Clásico with the pitch looking the way it does?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Obviously we've seen the pitch conditions before the international break, and obviously not in the best conditions at all. It seems to have improved a little bit after it, but you still see the spots here and there. So with the cleats going, people running, and it raining, I think it's going to decline a little bit, the field conditions.
So, question for all of you guys: do you think that the field conditions plus the rain is going to play a factor in the game and what we get out there?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Chivas has had, I think, 2 or 3 games, maybe Rigo might know, this season where they've played on wet fields, and they haven't played well at all. They look kind of lost, actually, to be honest. And
it's been solid 3 games where we've had bad
pools
conditions on the field. Yeah, it was the Cruz Azul game.
The Cruz Azul game, yeah, that's the one. Mm-hmm.
That was the worst.
Atlas was bad, no?
That one was terrible.
The Atlas one, it was pouring, but the field wasn't as gross as it was for the Cruz Azul game. There was another, I think it was Veracruz was another one. I don't know. There was another one where the field was gross. But I mean, I was there for the Atlas game. It was pouring. It was like the lights went out for a little bit. Like it was bad. And I know some people were mentioning how the field in Azteca was bad last night. That's where they played, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
it was already bad.
You can only do so much within a couple of days to try to fix that up or patch it up. And let's be honest, there's still some parts of the pitch where you think and you look and you say, what's going on?
Mm-hmm. I mean, from a view on the TV, I mean, it looked better, but definitely not 100%.
So question, will the pitch affect the game plan for either team?
No, I mean it affects them. It affects both teams equally. It's not like one team has an advantage because obviously the pitch is just as bad for both teams.
But I think it's how the teams play on that pitch, because the game against Cruz Azul, they tactically played it smarter than we did. We kept trying to force it through the wings, where it just happened to be a big puddle on both sides, and that's what was killing us that game. Where Cruz Azul would get the ball and play a long ball to the forwards. So it's just a matter of how each team decides to go about playing the game. I don't know if I trust Chivas based on what I've seen.
Well, I mean, don't worry. It's our own stadium, and we haven't looked as sharp or as bright as we'd want to as well. So it's up in the air. And then I guess it's the team that adapts the quickest to the pitch is going to be probably the one that comes out on top.
Yeah, let's hope no rain, though. Let's hope no rain.
Hopefully, yeah.
You guys can hope and cross your hearts, but I was checking the weather app, and it looks like it is. It's.
I mean, as long as it doesn't rain while the game is going on, I think that'll be helpful.
Tom Harris, I don't know if you guys saw Tom Harris. He said it's been raining literally every day.
Oh. Yes, it has.
Literally.
It is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's been one of the rainy seasons for Mexico this year.
I mean, I'm in Florida and it's been raining every day actually.
Must be nice. I'm in California. We haven't seen water in like 50 years.
It's actually raining right now.
You guys should probably turn around and probably a fire in your backyard.
Yeah, there's rain everywhere.
Pretty much, it's one of those things. You wake up and there's a fire already.
You guys get year-long nice weather though, don't you? I think it's like 70 year-long, or is it hot where you guys are at?
Let's see. Well, now it's summer is hot here. Well, in the Inland Empire, it's pretty warm. You're talking high 90s, hundreds. But in the LA area, it's been pretty warm this summer. But you get high 80s, high 90s at the most. Rarely do you ever touch the hundreds. So over there and if you're talking beach area, then you're practically living in pretty good area.
Yeah, sounds nice.
It does. But I don't even get to live that, so I'm just over here in the desert. But hopefully pitch conditions hold, and as well as the weather. And for those of you wondering where you guys can catch that at, it's going to be on Univision Network, so most likely Channel 34, which I think, well, Channel 34 for me, but just regular Univision in general, I think is where everyone's going to be able to catch it. So moving forward with this preview, obviously, this is not the first time we meet this season. We just happened to clash against each other in Los Angeles not that long ago, a match that we were down, or at least I was covering it for the Eagle Eye podcast. A game
That's
which...
right. They saw you holding the Trump love thing.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. Here we go. Dude, what is up with that?
I don't know, but we saw the tweet from you guys' account saying it was going to be the new banner.
Oh, wait, what?
I was not who said that was our new banner, by the way.
Yeah, and then someone said, "Don't tempt us."
And I said, I was like, "Don't tempt us with a good idea."
You should have said you were hacked.
Shut up.
You know what the craziest thing was? I was down there, pitch side, and I saw.
Did they steal your wallet?
No, because I'm from Mexico City, so if I would have stolen theirs.
So you
Keeps it in the front pocket.
How many wallets do you have right now? Show us.
Well, if I showed you, then my gig would be up. You know.
No, you're right.
The trick is when you walk around, you always have to keep somehow your pinky close in contact with your wallet, so you know where it's into your possession at all times.
Hold on. Shout out to Flo, by the way, who's ready for that FIFA smoke.
Oh, is he? Because we were gonna be talking about that. What's going on with that rematch? You guys didn't have the best game, but it looks like he's been practicing. He's been ready for this.
He's been he's
When are you
practicing.
guys playing?
He's training like Rocky.
I would imagine. So
I
I
got
don't
faith
know.
in
We
him
haven't
this
set a
year.
date yet, but it has to be this week.
Yeah,
So shout out to
It'll
I thought
It'll
I
be
thought
set
it
up,
was
I'm
gonna
sure.
be tonight.
I mean, we can make that work as well.
I don't know where he's at. I think he had something.
Alrighty, but
But yeah, you
we'll
guys,
get in
you guys,
contact
you
with
guys
you
should
guys.
definitely, you guys should definitely set it up.
We will, because I remember last year. Well, not last year. It was like 6 months ago when we did it. A couple of people tuned in to watch it on his Twitch stream, on my Twitch stream. So it was pretty fun.
Yep.
No, yeah, we should do more of that. I would play, but I suck. So I'm not playing.
Me too.
unless one of y'all suck, and then we could play.
I know you guys have to challenge each other to find that out.
And I only play on Xbox, so I don't got a PS4.
Oh, look
there
at
you
that.
go. My
Never mind.
guy, Xbox.
I'm
out. Dylan.
Xbox.
I'm out.
Dylan, we're gonna make it happen.
Dylan, you got a pro club?
Yes, with Ivan, our Eagle Eye Pro Club.
But it's only me and him.
All right.
But
Maybe we can play.
we're looking to venture out. We can start a different one.
All right. We'll talk.
We'll talk after. Definitely. All right, gentlemen. We've all gone a little bit of a tangent here. All right. So last time these two teams met, it was down in LA. Obviously, it was a friendly. It wasn't played as much as a Super Clasico. The atmosphere was amazing. It was like a Super Clasico. Both Chivas fans and America fans making it really felt like it was a big, intense match. Obviously, the result 1-1 doesn't hurt anyone. What did you guys take away from that game that you think, okay, this is something that represents the Super Clasico?
Did
I'll
you
be
guys all
relying.
watch it?
Yeah, I'll be relying on you guys because I didn't watch it. I saw the lineup for Chivas and I was like, I can't tune into this.
I watched it. I watched the whole game actually, and I felt in the beginning when it was both teams playing with their starters, Chivas were the better team.
Wait, they had all their starters? I thought
Once
they didn't have all their
both teams-
starters.
They didn't have all because there was like Pulido, Saldívar were with the national team, Orbelín was with the national team. But I mean, like they were playing with a majority starting lineup, and so was America. Aside from the national team call-ups, I felt Chivas was the more dominant team. I felt like once like subs were made and players were taken off, people were coming on and off. That's when I felt like America was able to kind of even the game out when they scored their goal. And the game was kind of like a little towards the end was kind of boring.
It was.
It was.
But I did feel in I would say for the first half an hour it felt like Chivas was the more dangerous team. When both teams had their starting, and I say it in quotes, lineups.
Yeah, being down there, you kind of got a sense of the feel of what the managers were both going for. It looks like they wanted to give a good spectacle for the first 35 minutes, and afterwards they just decided, okay, we're going to rely on this friendly match to kind of look at some of the youngsters, move pieces around, yada yada yada. Which kind of sucks because people paid a ridiculous amount for these tickets, and you would have imagined that they would have at least tried to keep as much of their starters.
That's why.
Of a good game out there.
That's why I'll say it on this podcast. You guys got to stop going to Moleros. Like honestly, like it's a waste. Like you're never gonna get the real feel. Like go to Mexico and watch a game there. It's honestly it's not as expensive as people think it is, and like you'll probably spend as much money as you're spending going to Molero, getting your flight, going to Mexico and watching a game there. It's just it's not that expensive, and it's a real atmosphere, and you're getting game that actually matters.
Alrighty, you guys heard it here from Rigo. Save up, and go.
Stop
go
going
down.
to Moleros. Stop going to Moleros.
Make it a hashtag. Make it a hashtag.
Rigo says that, but my college budget ain't gonna let me.
Let me go to the Moleros.
Start a GoFundMe.
There you go. That's what I need to do.
We're gonna get a GoFundMe for Dylan so he can go.
Nah,
to
but
Moleros.
even if you don't go to like a Clasico, like going to like a game like in Azteca, going to like I went to go watch a Copa MX game when I was there last time, and it was $13 tickets.
Oh.
To and the stadium was packed, and it was like a great atmosphere. Like so, like it doesn't matter which game you go to. Like, it's gonna be more economical than going to a fucking Modelo. It doesn't even matter, and you're spending like $300.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. But interesting enough, I mean, it was a Super Clasico here in LA, and some of the people got to go see it. So we got a little bit of a taste of what the Super Clasico is to come. Obviously, not the full course, because of course that's going to be Sunday. Alrighty. So we talked enough about that. Let's get now to the nitty gritty of things. Now that Vado has joined us, Vado, how
What's
we doing?
up, guys? Sorry, I forgot about previous engagement I had. So, but I'm here.
Who
No,
the fuck goes to MLS game
Oh.
on a weeknight?
Something to do. I don't know.
It's a place to get drunk at.
Basically.
There you go.
It's not even played in a soccer stadium. It's played in a baseball stadium. That's terrible.
No, it's bad. They'll get a stadium one day.
One day.
We have nowhere to put it though. Here in New York.
I was about to say that. I was like, well,
Wait,
gonna
you're
be
from
like-
New York? You're from New York?
I'm from New York. Yeah.
I'm from
We
New
all-
York too.
We all are.
Oh,
We
yeah?
all are.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, that's
nice.
true.
I just live in Florida
Luis,
now, but
Luis
we're all
just
from New
lives in
York.
Florida. I forgot.
Oh,
yeah.
really? I live in Staten Island.
All right, we lived in
Oh,
Long
that's not
Island,
in New York.
Westchester.
So you're not from New York. Yeah. All right.
Wow.
All
Get
right.
out of this part.
So you're from a
Yeah.
random. You're
Wow.
from an island around New York.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that really how you guys talk about us?
Yeah.
Staten Island, and Long Island.
That's
That's
crazy.
like MAGA country over there.
It really is. Though.
Now the Trump thing makes sense.
Oh my god.
I will say this though. When they took a picture of those guys holding that, I literally saw them holding up the banner while they were taking.
And why didn't
picture.
you say anything?
First of all, they would have never heard me because the Monumental was just going berserk on the stands.
Mhm.
But I saw them. I was just like, huh. I guess I haven't really seen anything in life.
I can't
Did you
believe
guys-
no one. I can't believe no one stopped them. No
Did
one
you guys
turned around
see
and smacked them.
Yeah, honestly.
Somebody replied to our tweet, like hyping up us being on the podcast, and they said that guy was like a captain, I guess, for the Monumental, but after that they kicked him out. I don't know if you guys knew like the story behind that, but that guy's kicked out.
What? That's insane.
The guy that looks like Flo with blonde hair, he got kicked out.
Oh man. Well, I mean, you run your risks. You run your risk on what you support out there.
That was a stupid thing to do.
Yeah, that was dumb.
That's
Yeah,
the one thing like you can't joke around anymore.
Nope.
Honestly. Mhm.
No, not even joking around. Look what happened.
Exactly.
All right, gentlemen, let's jump into the preview of what is going to be this Sunday. All right, let's talk about teams, forms, formations, and predicted lineups. So I give it to you guys first as a guest. I'll let you guys talk about your team, what you guys expect, lineups, tactics, whatever you guys feel is important for everyone to know.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go with like my main concern is midfield for us. We have two big injuries, our biggest injuries. Orbelin Pineda and Michael Perez are out. We'll probably be out. And we have Alan Cervantes and Beltran starting. They started our last two league games, and they've been playing well. But this is a Clasico, like you gotta have experience and stuff for this game. So that's my main worry for the game on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm actually not as worried about that because I actually think those two kids, because they're both 20-year-old, they both have been playing well these couple games that they have started. So I'm not too worried about them. I'm more worried about Basulto or Marin starting on defense because most likely we're going to go with a 5-3-2 or 5-2-3 like we've been using these past couple games, which has actually surprisingly worked for us. So I'm just worried about the big, slow guys in the back.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. I think the 5-3-2 works for us. And I think those youngsters in the midfield have been playing well. I have the same concern as Luis is our defense. We only have one good defender unless Mario de Luna comes back. It'll be interesting because I know that Piojo was a big he was big on that 5-3-2 formation in the past, but I know now with with America, he doesn't use it. So it'll be interesting contrast to see how those two formations from each side play against each other. Because I know America plays like a 4-4-2 now, right?
Yeah, it varies sometimes, but it's usually 4-4-2.
So it'll be interesting to see how those formations, stylistically, how they're with both teams. I mean, America in the past years has been very like counterattack minded when they play against Chivas. I don't know if that's going to be the case now, but with Chivas, with Cardoso, Chivas presses a lot. They go forward, so I can definitely see that being a liability for us.
Also, Chofis might not be starting. I'm gonna assume he's not starting because he started today in the Copa game.
He's playing right now.
Yeah, so I'm gonna assume he's not gonna start, and that's probably my biggest gripe against Cardoso, or any coach really who's had trophies, is that they don't use them as much as they should.
Interesting enough, we've had that issue with Diego Lainez.
Yeah.
Yep.
You guys can give them to us if you guys don't want to use them.
Oh no! We'll find a manager who uses him rather than you guys.
You know what's funny is that
let him go to Europe.
When Piojo was with Tijuana, America fans were like begging for him to come back.
Yeah.
And now that he's back, nobody wants him.
Well,
everybody wants him gone.
You live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Yeah.
I mean, Bruce Wayne told us that. Or someone told us that.
No, it's true though, because look, it goes around in every fan base. I mean, all around the world. You want this manager, but as soon as the results,
you see how you don't hear that in who was it, Christian's background? That's what New York sounds like. That's real New York.
Yeah, I don't hear that around here.
All right, so New York making an appearance on the Eagle Eye podcast. But back to where I was going with, that is just kind of the case all around world football. I mean, you start making. I promise you, if Piojo goes out and wins the Clasico and then goes on to win 2-3 games, everyone starts hyping him up again. It's just as fans, people live with a very short memory. Everything that you've done good in the past is then forgotten. And whenever things start going bad, and it's vice versa. So I think right now we're at a point with Piojo where the relationship is a bit fragile in regards to what his next couple of results will be. If he loses on Sunday, people will demand for his head even more than they have since yesterday's defeat. So it should be interesting to see what Piojo does. He knows that he's on the hot seat, because you're always going to be in the hot seat when it comes to America or Chivas, because let's face it, your guys' manager is going to be in a hot seat too as well. But I think ultimately Piojo will kind of feel a little bit safe knowing that he's coming into this game with a pretty good track record against you guys.
What's his record against us? Do you know?
He actually does. I know when he was with Tijuana, he would always beat us.
Well, but I mean, like when he's in charge of America.
America?
Yeah.
I mean,
last Clasico
do you guys know?
At the top of my head, I think I know he hasn't lost. I don't know how many wins and draws he has.
He's lost. It was the Rafa Marquez game. That was him. Remember, he was like so pissed. He scored a brace. The Rafa Marquez Lugo, yeah.
That wasn't
him.
Piojo wasn't in charge. Yeah.
Because Hugo Gonzalez was in goal.
I remember him throwing like
so long ago.
He was throwing like fits on the sideline and stuff, and that's why I love that win even more.
I was gonna say, how do you remember that?
Because I was like a Rafa Marquez Lugo stan, because he's like the only one that cared about the team when he used to play for us.
He didn't really care about.
Like he was the only one that cared. Everybody else like, all right, whatever.
Really?
I'll go back and check, but I'm pretty sure Piojo was like, because he talked shit like the next day. He's like, oh, Chivas got lucky off two Lugo strikes, and I was like, bro, you lost. Like, take the L.
Take the L. I'm not sure whether it was him. We'll have to confirm. But if so, I think still it's a pretty good track record against you guys.
Yeah, probably.
It's only lost one. But in regards to what you guys were talking about, your team, I think we kind of faced something similar in regards to a little bit of injuries, obviously, and people not going to be there. Edson Alvarez, like we mentioned earlier in the podcast, will be out due to his stupidness and that red card that he received. Diego Lainez was injured, and whether or not he will be even on the bench, because we know he won't start, but whether he's going to be on the bench, that's still up to debate as to whether Piojo Herrera is going to put him or not. And then, gentlemen, am I missing anyone else?
No, I
No,
mean,
you're good.
yeah, it's just the Aguilera starting is what worries me.
Aguilera start. Oh, but what about Reyes? Is he gonna be? Is he 100% fit for the game against Chivas?
He should be, because I remember him coming out saying that he missed the last game against Puebla so he can be 100% for the Clasico.
Okay. Well, on the tactics side of things, we're most likely going to come out with our famous 4-4-2 that eventually is going to turn into a 4-2-3-1 with Oribe Peralta in that cam position. So obviously the Chivas, the Norte people have told us, they're going with that back five, that 5-3-2, which me and you, Dylan, have talked about. That's Piojo's kind of safety formation to go to when things kind of go bad. I don't expect for us to see it anytime soon, but if he does know that formation well, because he used it a lot, he even used it in the World Cup when he played, and when he was the manager for Mexico. For someone who's used that formation a lot, you would imagine that he'd know exactly how to break it down.
Yeah, no, most definitely too. It's, I've kind of said this time and time too again too. It's a matter of Piojo adapting, because to me, I don't think we've seen Piojo adapt much to the game and to what the other team does too as well whenever the game goes on.
Mm-hmm.
True. Christian, anything you want to add on to that?
Yeah, I think I can add on to what Dylan said. The adapting thing that Piojo, I think, is lacking. If Chivas is playing that five in the back and he sees that it's not working, he's gonna get frustrated, and then when he gets frustrated, he doesn't know what to do, and that's my main problem. Because then, in that, America will have some errors, and that's when Chivas can capitalize.
So obviously, the biggest, I guess, advantage for us is gonna definitely be speed. And if you look at our two strikers that will most likely start, the slowest one is obviously gonna be Peralta. Whether or not Roger starts, well, that's gonna be up to Piojo, which I would imagine maybe, but I think this is going to be a pretty big game for our wingers to try to use and abuse their speed.
Yes, if Renato Ibarra starts. But something tells me that he won't be starting.
I hope not.
I think that's where Chivas playing with five, basically five midfielders. So you end up playing with three center backs. I think that's what's going to keep America honest, is the speed on our wings.
Mm-hmm.
And our attack going up the wings, I think from my standpoint, I think it'll help keep guys like Renato Ibarra a little bit honest.
Yeah, because it's five in the back, but it's an offensive five.
Yeah, because
he pushes Van Rankin literally all the way up into the box consistently, and Aris goes up as well. Aris is the one. He's the one that scares me, because Ibarra plays on the right wing, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, it was like a year ago or like 2 classes ago. Like, he came in, he was killing Aris. So that's the one player that worries. That's the one matchup that worries me. Is Ibarra versus Aris.
Mm-hmm. And I was hoping that you guys as fullbacks would keep using their speed and keep pushing forward, because when it comes to pace on the fullback side of things, I'm not really worried with Paul Aguilar, or which we'll most likely see Jorge Sanchez on that side. So two very fast players that can kind of cover your guys' threat. And then that leaves Cecilio Dominguez and hopefully Renato Ibarra kind of open to kind of, do their own thing out wide, knowing that they got two people that are fast enough to track back. Mm-hmm. So in regards to that aspect, I think we're fine. It's just I think the key is going to be the midfield, whether or not we're going to have any ball possession, or whether or not you guys are going to try to control it.
I mean, Chivas will try to control it. Whether or not it happens, that's a whole different story. But I think Chivas will most likely control the game, because I think Piojo, that's what he's gonna want to counter them. So why not let Chivas have the ball a little bit and see if you can hit them on counters?
I mean, that's something we've been criticizing Piojo all season long, is his ability to let the other team kind of settle in the game, and then the other team settle in, and then we react, and I just don't like that. take us back to the Puebla America game when we took control from the start. You can see the chances that we created and the penalty that it led to. So I think that's another flaw that we're gonna have to look into.
Luis, you were saying?
No, go ahead.
I think ultimately it's gonna be a tough game, but I think it's gonna be a fun one. I do expect a lot of back and forth. I think both teams are gonna try to use the speed of their wing backs, fullbacks, and try to get the other one on the counter. I think you guys are right. I think America will be standoffish. They will let you guys come and try to take the game to them, and then we'll try to get you guys on the break. As I agree with Christian, we shouldn't do that. I think if we press you guys and we kind of go from minute one to you guys, maybe that makes you guys a little bit uncomfortable, unsettles you guys a bit. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what the tactic is. Of course, Piojo will know what he's planning to do, and then of course Cardoso will know what he's trying to do as well.
I mean, I agree with you. I think that if America went forward and brought the game to Chivas, I think they'd be a lot more successful. I mean, I'm not saying that they won't be successful on a counter because they definitely can. I think what Piojo is going to look at is the fact that Chivas has, while they love to control the ball, they have trouble putting the ball into the net, and I think that's where he's like, you know what, he might be like, you know what, it really won't be a risk to give them the ball. And let's just counter them. But I agree with you guys. I think if he brought the game to Chivas, it would be a lot better.
It could also work against him because you saw Monterrey.
Yeah.
Monterrey tried to do that, and in the second half they tired out. And when Chivas made the substitutions with Gael Sandoval, they were able to catch him on counters like nonstop. They couldn't stop him.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess it's a coin flip at this point. It's whatever. We'll see what works for both teams. Like I said, whatever team adapts the best and the fastest to not just the pitch, but to the opposing team. I guess that's going to be the one that's going to come out on top. Gentlemen, what else do you expect from this game? I guess I'll throw it to you, Vado.
I like to, before every game, I like to pick like a player that I think is gonna like be the game breaker or whatever. I think I'm looking forward to seeing what Brizuela does, because he's done it before in the Clasico. I think he also had a brace maybe a year ago.
Yeah.
And so he steps up to the plate for Clásicos, and he's in like good form right now. He's kind of taking on that role that Pizarro left, like the heart and soul of the team. I think he's playing well down the wing. He's scoring goals, getting assists. So I think he's going to be important for Sunday night. I don't know what Rigo and Luis think.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's crucial for our attack. I mean, if you saw the game against Monterrey, he had 2 assists. That Clásico that Ivan went to in LA, he scored the goal.
Yep.
So he is important to our attack.
No, yeah. I'll go ahead. Give your guy.
No, I was just gonna say my guy, my player to watch. It'll really be. I think it'll be Sandoval. I think it'll see what he does in that cam role. I think he's gonna be starting.
Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see what he does in that cam role. While he's in the game.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be expecting probably a big game from one of the 2 young midfielders, to be honest, Cervantes or Beltran. I think they're gonna have their hands full. Not controlling possession, which Alan Cervantes does really well, and Beltran more defensively. If I had to pick between the 2, I think Cervantes is my player to have a crucial game. He's gonna control the ball, control the way it's played, and that's who I'm rooting for.
Alrighty.
That's your guy. Like, Luis has been hyping up Cervantes for like a year now, and he finally got called up. But he's making a difference on the team.
He's playing. He's living up to it, man.
Yeah.
Michael Perez and Orbelin are injured, and they better watch out, man, because there's a young kid coming right behind them.
Yeah, they got competition.
Okay, interesting enough. None of you guys said Pulido.
He won't start.
Yeah, he's not gonna start. He's like,
Yeah.
He might be the 3rd option now, which is
he'll
crazy.
be off the bench. Yeah.
Wow.
Because the other day
He's playing.
The other day, Godinez went in over Pulido. Saldivar got taken out, and Godinez went in, and then, with 5 minutes to play, he put in Pulido. So I think he's downgraded to the third option, which is crazy.
That is.
I also think it has to do with the formation that he's using, and why he's using these guys instead of Pulido, instead of Chofis. And I mean, it's been working. I mean, not that we're like the superpower, but the formation has been working, and we've been scoring goals. So, but I mean, you just saw Pulido score 2 goals right now. One was disallowed, but he scored it, and then the other one he scored as well. So I feel like it's helping him get back in form.
No, I think he'll be an option off the bench. I think he'll definitely be a crucial option off the bench.
Okay, good. All right, for one of those players to watch out for. All right, Christian, give me your player for our side that you think is gonna have a crucial game.
Okay, well, I'm betting my money that Cecilio will start. So my player is Cecilio Dominguez. I think if he can get in his rhythm and, start dribbling defenders like we know he can, he's going to be an important part because then America has 2 options to go to. You can pass the ball through Cecilio or pass the ball to Renato Ibarra. So, yeah, Cecilio Dominguez is my player.
Hold on, let me just ask a question real quick. When you say, I hope he starts, like, who else would start?
Ibarra win.
Okay.
Ibarra win.
All right. I didn't know if you guys had like a legit option or Herrera was just like being hard headed.
No.
No.
I mean, I think for the first time in a while we have options for wingers. It's you either have Ibarra on the right, Cecilio on the left, or you have Ibarra on the left and Diego Lainez on the right, or you can even bring in this new guy, Insal Runde, who can play either right wing, left wing, or cam.
Mm-hmm.
So it's funny enough that you mentioned him though, Christian, because he's obviously not been your favorite player this whole season.
No, but I saw his pressuring, like kind of style against Puebla, and that ultimately led to the penalty. So if he can do that, he maybe can cause some trouble.
Alrighty, Dylan, who's gonna be your man?
I think it's gonna have to be Guido Rodriguez. I really. Really, I want to see more from him, and I feel like he's gonna really step up against Chivas this Sunday. I think he's had a pretty good season going forward, but I still want to see more from him. I know he can do more for this team in the midfield.
You know what? We praise him a lot on this podcast, Guido, but when I saw him live, the amount of terrain he covers is ridiculous. Whenever a fullback would push forward, he'd always be smart enough to track back and cover that fullback's spot until they, were able to drop back. And he just does so much for us. And I think, he will be very crucial in that midfield.
Honestly, our best player, in my opinion.
Okay. Yeah, that's arguably our best player so far this season. And now for me, I'm gonna go for a take for someone that maybe a lot of people will be like, really, but I think he's showed it time and time again in the Clásicos. I think it's got to be Oribe Peralta.
I knew it.
Yeah, he steps up. He's like the Chiva killer.
Yeah, and it's his game. It's his time to shine, and I'd expect him to do it again and again, especially at home. Obviously, our captain. So I'd expect for him to get, hopefully, if not a goal, a couple of assists. He's in pretty good form for Oribe Peralta right now. He has a couple of goals, even though they've been, quite ugly goals, a bit poaching. There've been just goals that he just kind of finds along the way. But nevertheless, I think he's gonna have an important game. Just kind of being the leader of the team, kind of showcasing what this Clásico means. And we'll have to wait and see. But hopefully, he can get himself on the score sheet. I think Oribe Peralta will be crucial. If whether he plays alongside Roger or he's gonna be playing in that cam position.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you too. It'd be interesting to see the starting 11 come out too as well. Whenever we'll probably hear from him Friday or Saturday.
Alrighty. Well, talk about lineups. Why don't we give our predicted lineups for both America and Chivas, gentlemen from the Chivas del Norte podcast? I'll give it to you guys first.
Who
I'll
wants
let
to?
Luis do it.
Yeah, go ahead, Luis.
I'm gonna go with a 2-1 victory for Chivas with I think a goal by Gael.
He wants a lineup.
Oh, predict the lineup? Oh,
yeah.
He just went right through.
He's not only predicting the lineup, but predicting the final score.
I'm ahead of the game right now, guys. Predict the lineup. what's his name? What's the goalie name? I forgot his name already.
Gudinho.
Yeah, good.
Don't know your own goalkeeper's name, man. Come on.
Godinho
We're not big fans of him actually, but
we're not the biggest. We're
we're not the biggest Gudinho fans.
At this point, we're like, we don't feel like he's proven himself yet. At times, he looks kind of shaky. Although,
He's
young though. Isn't he young?
Like,
he's young. He's like 20, 21, 22.
He plays sloppy, kind of. Like,
yeah,
he doesn't
sloppy.
exude confidence. Like, I'm not like, all right, he's gonna get that. It's like it looks like he's gonna get it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I saw warm up on when I went to the game, and I was like, he looked a little bit sloppy with his.
It's like
I don't know if
he sloppy play. It
looks
looks sloppy.
I think he's like 6'6" or something like that.
Oh, he's tall.
He's tall.
He's the tallest player in the league.
In the league, yeah. Yeah, so he'll be the goalie, right back or the right wing back because he'll be going up and down the wing all day. Is Van Rankin. Next to him will most likely be Basulto, Jair Pereira, and Edgardo Marin. I hope Mario de Luna's back, but if not, Marin will be starting. And then left wing back will be Aris Hernandez, with Beltran and Cervantes in the center mid spots. And I think Gael and Conejito Brizuela will be playing the wing spots and helping them out on the wings. And then Saldivar will be the lone striker up top.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice little 5-2-3. Not bad. Should be interesting to see if you guys do come out like that. All right, Christian and Dylan, combine your guys' brain powers to give me a predicted lineup for Sunday.
Christian,
not all at once, guys.
All
They
right.
have different lineups.
Well, for my lineup, I'll have Marchesin in net. The right back will be Aguilar. Next to him, it's Bruno Valdez and Aguilera. The left back will be Jorge Sanchez. Our midfield will be Guido Rodriguez and Mateo Zuribe. One wing will be, all right, you know what? Hopefully, it's Renato Ibarra. And then on the other side will be Cecilio Dominguez. And up top, I have Oribe and Henry Martin.
Dylan?
Yeah. I'm the exact same thing I was thinking.
No one's going to give Roger the go?
I don't think Roger gets to go yet.
Come on. You know what? Whatever. I don't care anymore. Well, I mean, if that's the case, then Henry better prove himself.
Yes.
You guys still start Henry Martin?
Yeah.
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 Is he good?
Knowing Piojo, that's gonna be the starting.
Yeah.
How's your
he
center
got-
backs doing?
I thought he got sent back to the bench.
No, he's been starting because Roger got picked up a knock for a couple
okay.
of weeks, so he's been starting.
Mhm.
And I mean, he's looked okay for like the first 45 minutes, and then after that, he tends to just
He just stays in the locker room and doesn't come out.
But I mean, it's I don't be surprised if Roger starts. I'm just gonna say that.
No, yeah, I definitely won't be surprised, but I just had this gut feeling that Henry will be starting.
Now, if Henry does start, it does kind of ease me a little bit because I think he may be a little bit faster than Roger. So, kind of like we said, using and abusing at the speed, he will be important for that because we both know that will probably not be able to out sprint everyone in that back line for Chivas.
Right.
Alrighty.
He probably will.
You haven't seen our back line yet.
You haven't seen her back line.
Yeah, when
Go check their FIFA ratings.
That Monterrey game that was on Fox Sports. These guys are like praising our center backs, and I'm sitting there in front of my TV. I was like, "What the fuck are you guys talking about? Our guys suck." Like, you know how lucky he is that he cleared that ball. I was like yelling at I was flipping out. Yeah, our center backs are bad. We need Mario de Luna to come back, and that's sad. The fact that we need Mario de Luna.
I think the five in the back is to kind of counter that lack.
Yeah,
it
hides them.
Yeah, you let two guys
their
pressure with one guy
deficiencies.
dropping further back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why it works so well for Piojo in America, because if you guys probably won't know because you guys don't keep up with America, but for right here,
Or maybe they do.
our center backs were
Once the season.
Okay.
2013 when we won that title, our center backs were slow, and I mean slow. You had Masa Rodriguez, you had Aquivaldo Mosqueda, and you had Topo Valenzuela. None of those three were known for their speed, but that five 3-2 formation works so well because like these gentlemen just mentioned, you have someone that can press and then these two kind of fall back, and it just works perfectly for those center backs that are not gifted with pace.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so we talked about our key player, but give me one player you guys are just absolutely nervous if they start.
Which center back are we picking? I think.
Wait, for the opposing team or for our own team?
No,
for our own team, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Who do you think is gonna be a liability?
Marin and Basulto have both looked foolish at times. I don't know.
I'm going with Aris Hernandez.
Oh, you're not even okay.
Yeah, just because, like we said, the three
last
center
game?
backs, the three center backs, it might hide the deficiencies of one with help from the other center back. Where Aris is going to be on that wing with Ibarra, and it could be a long day for him.
Okay,
I'm gonna go with Gudiño.
Oh,
Because at times
That's
he looks
interesting.
shaky, and this is probably the biggest game of his career.
first time in the Azteca too.
First time in the Azteca, first time in Clasico, and he's
Can-
young. So
Can you guys think of a good save he's made? I can't think of one off the top of my head where I'm like, he's a good goalie. It was kind of okay, he saved that, cool, but
he's had some nice
I-
saves, but I feel like they've been kind of kicked at him in a way.
yeah,
He didn't really have to fully stretch out and dive for it.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I mean if I had to pick one, and we're not gonna pick the center, we're not gonna pick the center backs, then I would say him.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
Just a question for you guys. Do you guys actually think your second goalkeeper may start this game?
No,
Nah.
he sucks.
Nah,
He just,
no way.
he
Okay.
just I mean, it wasn't his
Cardoso
fault,
seems-
but he was losing 2-1 right now with the Pumas, and Wacho Jimenez has looked shaky all game.
Yeah, no,
And
Cardoso.
after that mistake he made against who was it, Pachuca, right? Where he
Pachuca,
tried to nutmeg the
Yeah.
guy.
Mhm.
He's never starting again.
Yikes.
At least
Yeah.
not first division, not the league.
Yeah, Cardoso seems to show confidence in some of these youngsters, so I think he likes Gudiño.
Interesting. All right, gentlemen, give me your picks. I think you both will agree on on your pick. Dylan, I already see you shaking your head. Give me your liability for Sunday.
Aguilera. I mean, there's no questions asked.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be no questions asked.
Yeah,
Aguilera's just right there.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
My goodness, is he? I don't know. I can't fathom how he's even gonna have a good game against Puebla. He looked lost in one of the goals that we conceded. He literally lost track of his man and was the reason why he scored a header. It's just what do you don't even know what you're getting out of him anymore.
Honestly, I think we're in the same boat with Chivas, our center backs. Look at last night, Bruno Valdez.
Yeah, but
It's
Bruno
just-
Valdez at least comes up with goals.
Okay, but he was the one that stayed kept the Juarez guy on side. That was him.
Yeah,
And he committed the penalty. He's the one that gave Juarez the lead. So I think as much as we praise Bruno Valdez for his goals, I guess the pros and cons. I don't know. I don't know if he has enough pros to outweigh his cons.
Well, I would say they cancel each other out at this point. We'll have to wait and see what happens Sunday. But I mean, we're left with nothing else but them two, unless you want to throw in there Zamora or Leon, which
Leon doesn't convince me.
So obviously,
Or Zamora.
Edson being stupid enough, you would imagine
that's-
much better from someone who played a World Cup to do that.
Mhm.
But now we're left with this partnership between Bruno and Aguilera that worked very well last clausura. It didn't work perfectly, but it worked very well throughout the season. Whether or not they can emulate that on Sunday, well, that's going to be another story because both players kind of look like they're in different forms.
Mhm.
Alrighty, well, there you guys have it from the Chivas del Norte people who they think is going to be the liability. And then, of course, for us, who's going to be our liability. All right, gentlemen, now we'll jump to the predictions. Luis, I'll let you take off where you started.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, go ahead.
Spoiler alert, guys.
Finish with the prediction.
I'm going to go with a 3-0. No, just change it up on them. Now I'm going to go, like I said, a 2-1. I think goals by Gael and Saldivar. I think Oribe Peralta does get one, like he always does. I'll probably be talking trash about him, saying how much he sucks, and at that minute, a minute later, he'll probably score on us.
All righty, there we go.
I'm gonna go 2-1 as well. Only because I feel like Chivas has been playing better away, and the team hasn't been playing bad as of late. So I'm gonna go with 2-1 Chivas.
Okay, 2-1 Chivas. All right, Varo, you're up.
I'm gonna go with Chivas 3-1.
Damn.
I think America's gonna. I think we're gonna control the game.
Okay.
I think we'll get 1-1. America's gonna try to win the game, and it's gonna be us countering and not America countering. Because we have like low key have a good counter attack game. We just don't like super rely on it unless we have to.
Okay. All right, gentlemen. All right, Christian, give me your prediction.
I'm going 3-1 America.
Okay, so you're countering Varos.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so the two people with a 3-1
In the Burrows.
in the Burrows. Yep.
So one guy from an island near New York, and then one guy from New York.
Oh, all right. Okay. Dylan, give me your prediction.
I'll give a 2-1 win to America. I think Oribe Peralta have a brace.
Okay. Oribe Peralta brace. That'd be nice.
And you have a brace. I'm killing myself. I could take one Oribe, go a brace. Nah.
Man, okay. Well, a lot of people would expect me to bring back the 4-0 prediction from retirement. I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna go 2-1 as well to America. And like I said in the prediction, I think it's the easiest scoreline to go with, to be honest.
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah.
But I'm going 2-1, and I'm gonna put Americanistas here on a bit of a roller coaster, but I think we win it in the 90th minute.
Do you guys think the game lives up to the hype? Because we've had some boring Clásicos in recent times as well.
Yeah, there's been a couple of boring Clásicos, but I think this one will. I don't know why. There's something about it. I just feel like this game.
I mean, the last one was kind of boring.
Which one?
I was at
The last one you were?
last season.
Oh, the 1-1?
Yeah.
But it started off pretty good.
It did, but it wasn't like, that exciting. Or what the game wasn't like, like as good as other ones have been. I mean, hopefully it's a good game.
I would hope so too. But do you guys think that why do you guys think that some of these games do turn out to be boring? Is it just because some of that kind of passion has been lost throughout the years, or is it because
No, I think it's more like tactics and schematics from the teams. Like nobody wants to lose.
Right.
Sometimes, and I feel like sometimes coaches make tactical decisions that are more tepid, and I think both teams go in that way, and you do get a little bit of a lackluster from the games.
Okay, that's understandable. So both podcasts here are expecting for both of their teams to get a result. Let me ask you guys this though: if Chivas walks away with a draw, are you guys content with that or no?
I'm not. I'm not for two reasons. One, because I want to win the Clásico, and two, we need the win to get into the playoff spots. So it's on both ends. We need the win for the Clásico and to get into the playoffs. So I'm not content with a draw.
Yeah, I agree with Luis. I mean,
Yeah,
I'll take it over a loss, but I want to win the game.
Like we win away now, so we need to win. we can't win at home apparently. So I want that. We need that win on Sunday, and we need that. Like Luis said, we need to get in the playoff spot.
Okay, interesting. Now, gentlemen, if we get a draw, are you guys ready to start calling for the Piojo set again?
Yes, because I think we're in the same boat. I think we, as much as Chivas needs to win to get in the playoffs, I think America needs to win to get back on the right track, especially for Piojo Herrera. Because let's say we lose this game, it's the fans are gonna go crazy. They're gonna ask for his head right there that moment. So this game is crucial for America.
I don't know if we realize this, but it's really tight right now in regards to the table. I mean,
It is
we're
very tight.
we're just one win away from becoming first place, but we're also one loss away from dropping all the way down to like I think sixth. So it's ridiculous. You're at it's a do or die moment, at this point of the season. So yeah, it's important. I think we need that win just as much as Chivas does. It'd be good to see that maybe this will give more of an edge to the Clasico and will make it more passionate. We'll drive the teams a little bit more, and we'll see an even better spectacle than we have in the past few years.
Definitely.
Yeah, and like I don't know if you guys, I got on the call late. I don't know if you guys touched on the violence that was at the game between Tigres and Monterrey.
Oh,
Yeah,
we touched
Yeah,
on
I
it.
haven't.
Oh,
I
did
haven't
you?
been making jokes.
Oh, oh well, I just hope that doesn't like ruin the game beforehand like it did for the Clásico Regio.
No, I think look, a Clasico is always going to be a Clasico, and fans on both ends they get stupid sometimes and they break into a fight. But that I've never seen an America Chivas break out into what the
Yeah.
Clásico Regio have ever broken out to. You've always seen a fight here and there, just fist fights and then you break it up and that's it. And then
Yeah, I've
and then
never
never,
never seen
escalate.
anything like that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
just
The way they
embarrassing.
what they did to that poor guy, and regardless, and I'm sure he talked a lot of shit.
Yeah.
They took it to a level that's disgusting.
Because at the end of the day, you need to realize that it's crazy, but we're kind of under the same tent in this situation. We're kind of all in the same community. It's Liga MX. It's your league. As much as quote unquote hate the other rival team, don't let that hatred kind of lead
It's no
to
reason to
something
kill
worse.
somebody.
Yeah, killing someone, exactly. It should never
Yeah.
escalate to that.
Like, you don't want to condone violence, but if punches are, I'm sure there'll be punches thrown in this. But
Yeah.
leave it. Don't take it to the next level.
Exactly.
Don't.
Kill him.
Yeah.
Did you guys?
Don't hit him with a rock in the head.
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't
no,
strip them down naked. Like that's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's where it got disgusting on another level.
Yeah, because maybe
Yeah.
maybe I'm not comfortable with my body, and I want to.
I mean, I get you. I'm
Like, granted, I'm dead, but still, like.
I mean, but it's crazy. All we would hope is for a good, clean, safe environment, family friendly. At the end of the day, I think there's nothing more better than to go down to the stadium or to enjoy the Clásico in knowing that regardless of what side you're in, it's a spectacle.
Agreed.
Yep.
Agreed.
So we'll have to wait and see. And I think we're more. Both sets of fans are a little bit more behaved than the Regio ones.
Yeah, I think they'll look
because-
at last week and they'll be like, we can't be that stupid.
yeah.
Actually,
That's an example.
what's funny is the first Clasico I ever went to in Guadalajara last year. There had been another death, I think, in Monterrey or Veracruz, and like the week before or something like that, and like
I think
security.
it was Veracruz. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a Monterrey Veracruz game.
Mm-hmm.
And security at the stadium was like crazy. They had like helicopters. They had like
Oh, I think that was the
Right.
Tigres and Veracruz game, right?
Oh, probably.
When Tuca
Yes,
was like yelling
but it
at them
was.
that they're gonna die next time they go to Universitario, and I
Yeah.
was like, bro.
Yeah, just ban all
Relax.
Monterrey teams.
Yeah, that was the Vegas.
Yeah, so
Small
I'm sure
teams.
security will be heightened in Ciudad de Mexico. On top of the fact that there's all the rateros live there, so security will definitely be tightened.
Hey, we need to put food on the table, okay? I mean, keep it that way. Okay, it's a stereotype, but there's a couple of people that do that. But hey, they're the same people that you go buy the boletos from 20 minutes before the game starts. What are you gonna do?
The same one Rigo said to go buy them off because they're cheap.
Yep.
No, I buy them on my website. Come on, guys.
The atmosphere should still be great. I think.
Oh no, I'm sure it'll be crazy.
I would. This one's going towards Christian and Dylan here. How are we looking at stadium entrance? We looking at,
it should be decent. I mean, it's a Clasico, no?
yeah, but I mean,
The biggest,
I'm
the biggest,
afraid-
the
I'm afraid
biggest,
it's gonna
the
be more
biggest club
Chivas
in Mexico is coming to your stadium, so it's gonna,
What do you
gonna
mean?
get sold out.
Wait. What do you
Whoa,
mean?
whoa,
What do you
whoa,
mean?
whoa.
Wait, whoa, hold on. What do you mean? We're already there.
We can't fill up our own stadium, but we'll definitely fill up yours.
Cardoso said it himself. He said, ¿Saben por qué se va a llenar el Azteca? Porque llega Chivas. That's what he
Yeah, I
said.
know about that.
We'll
I
see.
think the stadium will be like 50-50 though.
50-50, yeah. We'll have to wait and see. All I hope is for a pretty good
Yeah.
entrance and for the pitch
Hopefully,
to last the full 90 minutes. That's all I hope for.
Yep.
Alrighty then. Well, we're coming to the end of the show here now. I think we talked everything that really we needed to talk about: tactics, formations, players. And we didn't even touch upon form, but I think you guys mentioned it correctly. It doesn't matter what form you're in. It's a Clasico that is played with everything but form.
Yeah. I'll do
Yeah,
any
team.
on that.
One of them can be at the top, one can be at the bottom. Doesn't matter. Clásicos are clásicos.
And they are lived, and they are felt like that as well. So now, before we even close out the show, I do want, because there's been a lot of people asking whether or not this FIFA rematch is gonna happen.
Oh yeah, I gotta get with Flo, but we have FIFA 19. I got it yesterday. We started playing pro clubs, but I'm trash. Like I'm not even gonna volunteer to represent because I'm gonna lose like 7-0.
I played pro club so much last year that I kind of forgot how to play.
The regular?
Regular. I'm dead serious.
Yeah,
I'm starting to get back into FUT again.
I tried. I went from pro clubs to playing with Chivas, and I had like a sitter, and I blasted it over the crossbar because like they rate the Liga MX players like so bad.
Yeah, you did that on
Like,
Copa 90.
Yeah. Not the
100,000
worst
viewers
place.
saw
That's
The worst
what
place
happened.
You guys had a terrible week that week.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, before we close out the show, just
we'll set it up.
All right, sounds good. We'll let everyone know on both social media platforms where you guys can catch that and when it's going to be going down. Now, last question before I close out the show. Just quickly, all of you guys, give me your favorite Clásico memory.
For me, it's the one that's happening on Sunday.
Aw.
When Gael scores the game winner. Now, I think for me, it's probably the Bofo goal from years back. That's probably my favorite memory.
Okay.
Mine is the 5-0. I actually wrote about it on FMF State of Mind. You can go find that if you are listening to the podcast or watching on YouTube. FMFStateofMind.com. I wrote an article on my biggest or my best Clasico moment, which was the 5-0, which got La Volpe fired immediately after.
Yep.
From being an America coach.
Thank you.
Sorry, I was just plugging my stuff.
No. I mean, no, that's fine. I'm just saying thank you because I did not like La Volpe as a coach.
No, this was before. This was like in the 90s.
No,
When
even
he was
back
the
then.
coach the first time. Yeah.
Even as a baby.
Coach in general. Not even when he had the national team, and the national team was playing well. I just never felt like he was a good coach.
Oh, I like him
He's
on the
great.
national
He's
team.
a great
Yeah,
coach.
I liked him on the national team.
I don't know.
And
I
with-
liked him
and
I
with
liked him on
Chivas, like
America.
yeah, with Chivas like that
If it
little
wasn't-
2 weeks
if it
before he got
wasn't for
caught.
La Volpe, you never get Linus.
Okay, yes, and that's where
Piojo would have never found him.
I mean, yeah, he's done his good things. Okay, I'll give that.
Nah, La Volpe's brought a lot of youngsters in the Liga MX. So.
Rafa
Yeah.
Marquez.
But I guess that's what he's known for, no?
Guardado.
Yeah,
Guardado out of nowhere too, just months before the World Cup.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's a good coach. And I mean, you guys wouldn't have Piojo as a coach because he's a La Volpista.
They don't want him as a coach.
Right. I know.
So if we win 5-0 on Sunday and we get Piojo fired, will you guys be happy?
I mean, at this point, I'm like, who's coming in to replace Piojo?
Me.
They'll probably bring some old guy from the carousel.
I mean, Dylan has his pick. It's his favorite. He always likes to remind me of him.
Who?
Go, Dylan.
Ruben Omar Hermano.
Oh,
What? So he could get kidnapped again?
I mean, same thing could be said about Pulido.
He'll just.
Hey, Pulido broke himself out, all right? He didn't need no help.
I mean, Hugo
Romano
Sanchez
would
is
just-
looking for a job.
No. Romano will take you guys to the finals and then just lose.
Romano was the same manager that had America in the worst season ever. 3 wins out of 17.
He coached you guys? I don't even remember that stuff.
Yes, dude, and it was the worst year of
Yeah, I
history.
don't remember that.
How
Then
long
when you
ago
guys
was
were
that?
in like relegation trouble?
Yes, we were
Okay.
in relegation trouble because of that, and we finished, I think, either last place or second to last place in the league.
Okay.
Damn.
It was, I think, 08. Yeah, it was 2008.
those are dark times.
Bring him back.
Hey,
Yep.
so speaking of dark times, my favorite Clasico is that Rafa Marquez Lugo brace.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I remember that one
just
too.
just because we were that's an example of the Clásicos are Clásicos because Chivas was trash that season. Those years, not even that season, like those 2-3 years they were trash, but they came out with a 2-0 win, and yeah, that's like one of my favorite Clásicos.
Okay, Christian.
There's a lot, obviously, but I think if we're talking like kind of more recent times, I guess. Do you guys remember that Paul Aguilar goal, the golazo he scored?
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no.
I hate his little dance he does.
Oh, that was especially where I was going. The
Oh,
dance he did after.
I want to kick him in the ass when he does that. Like, fuck.
I don't know. I think he kind of triggered a lot of Chivas with that dance.
Wait, does he play
Oh.
anymore?
Yes, he's gonna be a right back.
He's our starting right back.
Oh, shit. I thought he was
That-
gone.
If you were wondering whether I keep up with you guys or not.
Oh, man. All right, Dylan, give me your favorite memory.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. What Christian said, that Aguilar golazo.
Oh, you can't give me that. All right, give me another one.
You
What about
give
the
me-
4-0? The 4-0 at their stadium with the Luis Gabriel Rey brace.
Oh yeah. That one, that was a good one too. I remember that one too. That I think that was about around the time when I was getting into soccer and being a America fan.
Nice. Okay, that one's a good one too. I remember that game vividly too. My favorite memory is the final we beat you guys in '84.
You weren't.
Hey, if Luis can look into the future, I can look into the past. Okay.
Rigo might have been alive when.
I was the only one that was alive.
No. I'm kidding. I think one of my favorite memories of a Clásico, I think, is the 2006 Liga semifinal between you guys, and where we went to the Estadio into the Estadio Jalisco. Yeah, the Estadio Jalisco, and
Akron. Is that the one where
Is that Gulli Peña?
no.
Oh, was that the Gulli Peña
No.
goal? No.
I say 2006.
Oh, okay.
2006. Oh, okay.
Oh,
You're going way.
shit.
Okay.
I'm going a
That
little
was-
ways further than that. 2006,
and
the
then we
semifinal.
win the championship the next year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
I remember.
No. The year previous to that, you guys win the championship. Then the year next is when we eliminate you guys to get to the final against Pachuca. But that Clásico was played intense, and I remember Ochoa having a superb match against you guys, and then of course Cuauhtémoc Blanco and Cabañas doing their thing. So
Okay.
that's my memory. For those of you who haven't YouTube
I erased that L from my mind. So.
Me too.
Well, let's see if you're gonna have to erase one this Sunday.
Okay. Okay.
Well, we're coming to the end of the show, gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming on to the podcast and previewing, and getting things ready for Sunday's matchup.
Oh, thank you for having us.
Yeah. Thanks for having us.
That was fun.
It really was. It's always fun meeting up with you guys again. Yeah, you guys are really close to reaching 1,000 followers on Twitter. I was looking.
Yeah, we've been we get to 996 and then we drop to 989 and we have to start all over. But
Rigo's hot takes.
We're almost there. Yeah,
Rigo's hot takes and they lose followers.
Man, either way, we're happy with that you guys continue to grow and that you guys continue to do what you're doing, representing the Chivas community and the Liga MX. So yeah, keep doing and keep it up. You guys are a real inspiration for us as well, even though you guys are quote unquote our rivals.
No, it's we're I think this you guys doing this and us it just makes everyone better and it makes the community better. So it's great that you guys do this. It's great that you guys do this on YouTube. Like we don't do ours on YouTube. So that's a big props to you guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Props to
Thank
you
you.
guys for what you guys are doing. And again, thank you so much for coming out here. Thank you, Christian and Dylan, as always, for tagging along and giving you guys great opinions. I think that's it. Anything else you guys want to add on?
No,
Nope.
we'll do
Go
a
Chivas.
post game pod on the Chivas del Norte with you guys,
Alrighty.
and after you'll be all sad and shit.
We'll see. Alright, you know what? It's gonna be two Clásicos. It's gonna be the one on Sunday, and it's gonna be the one to be announced on FIFA 19. So I mean, you guys could be taking 2 L's. I'm just saying.
I'll take the FIFA L if it means we get a win on Sunday.
I'll welcome.
Bro, Flo still hasn't gotten over that one yet.
Oh,
we won't let him forget it.
we
Never
somebody,
let them forget it.
yo, it was hilarious. We tweeted, I think we tweeted when you guys added us on Twitter and challenged us, and we quoted it like y'all don't want that smoke, and then one of our fans replied, he's like, please don't let us down this time. And I'm like, Flo, look, I can hear the hurt in this tweet.
We never let him live it down.
He's got a lot to redeem himself, but great to have you guys on the show, and we'll be seeing each other very soon, and we'll be talking not only just FIFA but the game as well on your guys' pod.
For sure.
Alrighty.
All right, man.
Thank you to everyone who tuned in. We'll see you guys very, very soon. It's been the Eagle Eye Podcast. Till next time, Arriba la América.